This US presidential election has been one for the history books as it's been such a tight race, and as of this recording, the final votes have yet to have been announced. It's really a fight to the finish between Joe Biden and Donald Trump, but don't forget we had another candidate in there, that being Kanye West. Though he's not set to become the next American leader, he did rake in quite a few votes, and I've got the details you need to know. What's going on, guys? I'm your host Bree Room and welcome back to IO. I've got the news on Kanye West's political career, but before I get into those details, make sure you guys stay tuned until the end of the video for some bonus content. So the votes for the US presidential election are still coming in as of the time I'm recording this video. We still don't know who the next president will be, but one thing however is certain, and that's the fact that Kanye West will not be the next American president. Sorry, yay. Though he didn't get the number of votes needed to secure his presidency, he did get quite a number of votes in general. Maybe more than people had originally expected. It is estimated that the rapper raked in about 60,000 votes from the American people. Yes, you heard that correctly, 60,000. I'm sure that many people predicted that he wouldn't end up on top or even come close to Biden or Trump's numbers, but 60,000 is still a considerable dent in vote tallies when you think about it. While counting the votes on Tuesday night, it was discovered that out of these 60,000 votes that Kanye received, just over 10,000 of those votes came from the state of Tennessee alone, making up 0.3% of the state's votes. With his 60,000 votes, he was able to rack up more support than the Constitution Party, the Green Party, as well as the Socialism and Liberation Party, but wasn't able to beat out another independent being Joe Jorgensen and the Libertarian Party. Now before I continue with the news on Kanye, I just want to chime in here and ask you guys to hit that like button if you're enjoying the video so far. It really helps us out when you leave a like, so go show us some love. Now, just because he got 60,000 votes doesn't mean he's anywhere near making any kind of difference, and Kanye knows that. Biden and Trump still lead by millions of votes, so the chances of Kanye somehow winning are essentially non-existent. Kanye was only able to make it onto the ballots in 12 states, including Arkansas, Colorado, Idaho, Iowa, Minnesota, Oklahoma, Utah, Tennessee, Kentucky, Louisiana, and Vermont. Even though Kanye funneled $5.9 million into his presidential campaign, it still wasn't enough to rake in a victory in any of the states he was competing in. After watching the election results come in, even though a winner hasn't been decided, he's conceded and appears to have given up on his presidential hopes for now. On Tuesday night, the birthday party candidate tweeted, "Welp," making his followers think that he's just come to the realization that he's not even close enough with his votes. But if you think for a second that this outcome will stop the self-proclaimed new Moses, you think again. Following his "Welp" with the words Kanye 2024, he seemingly announced his campaign plans for the next election in 4 years. I mean, he did say the same thing after the last election, and he still didn't turn in his paperwork on time, so I don't think there's much chance for a legitimate entry this next time around. But we shall see. As this was Kanye's first time running for any kind of political position, it turns out that this was also Kanye's first time voting ever. Kanye tweeted out just hours before the ballot started coming in saying, quote, "Today I am voting for the first time in my life for the President of the United States, and it's for someone that I truly trust, me," end quote. The rapper cast his first ballot in Wyoming and even captured the occasion by snapping a photo of his filled out voting card on which it showed that he was voting for himself. After sharing the image to his social media, people were quick to point out that not only was posting his completed voting ballot illegal, but it was also, quote, "selfish and narcissistic to vote for himself." I guess it really doesn't matter now because his voter turnout didn't end up the way that he had hoped. But what do you guys think about this? Did you think that Kanye was going to win? Did you expect him to receive as many votes as he did? And do you think he's really gonna go through with campaigning in 2024? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Now before I wrap up the video, let's do some comment shoutouts from Megan Fox calls out ex-Brian Austin Green. HL says, "I don't blame Megan for wanting her kids out of the spotlight, especially if people are going to use that as bait to keep talking about their divorce. I can't imagine having so much attention on you at that age." Yeah, it must be really tough to be a celebrity kid. I mean, especially going through this divorce separation thing online. It must be messy. Looking back, these kids are gonna be like, whoa, this was something else. Brittany Llewellyn says, "While I understand Megan's frustration with Brian, no one's children wants to see their parents fighting via social media, even if they're too young to see it now." Exactly. I mean, this whole thing could have been settled over the phone, over text message, like any other way to settle this kind of dispute. The whole world didn't really need to know. But since we do know, now we have a story about it. Weedy Whitfield says, obsessed with your sweater, it's so cute. Thank you. Yes, I dug out that strawberry fuzzy sweater from like the archives of my elementary school days. A lot of people were asking me where I got that sweater, but it's so old that I honestly have no clue. Thanks for all your comments, guys, and thank you for sticking around until the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more awesome IO content, and make sure you had notifications turned on so you never miss out on a new video. That's all I've got for you guys today, but until next time, stay safe, be kind, and check in on your loved ones. It's wild out there. TTFN, my dudes.